I'm a photographer and primarily photographing a lot of celebrities and portraits and fashion, and I live in Singapore now. I used to live in Los Angeles. How I started shooting movie stars and people in the film business and recording artists was actually when I was going to school in Los Angeles, and I was going to art school there, and of course being in LA, you can't help but shoot these people. So started with modeling, of course, so I started shooting models, and through models I met some of the younger actors and musicians, and I went knocking on doors of publicists in different publicity firms in Los Angeles. When I moved back to Singapore, I had an assignment for Time magazines to first photograph a singer in Hong Kong, and at the same time before I came back I met Jackie Chan. So when I met Jackie Chan in New York City, he gave me his contact and to call him when I went back to Singapore, and of course he's living in Hong Kong. So when I went to Hong Kong, I actually contacted Jackie Chan's manager, and then slowly started working Jackie. So research is really important, and whether you're a movie star, whether you're a singer, whether you're a politician, whether you're a writer, I think it's so important to know your subject before you can approach it and work with them. When they know that you're familiar with what they do, it's also a form of respect, and that hey, at least you're talking to me, you know what I'm doing. I mean, it's both ways, and they kind of like that, and I think it's natural for them to like that because you're showing them respect. Plus, you know what they do, so which is so important. Than just coming out cold and asking you what you actually do, which might be quite insulting, but yeah, I mean they feel it that at least you've done your work, your research, and you're giving them that amount of respect, and from there, you're able to work together and collaborate and come out with a good image. Everyone I shoot is a different experience. Of course, the location ones are interesting because you have to deal with the location. Like shooting Jackie Chan in Kowloon in the middle of the street, and that was interesting because we never had anyone blocking the streets. We put Jackie in the middle of the street and started photographing him right sitting in the middle of the street in Hong Kong. So that was interesting. Everyone was looking at him, and about 500-600 people around just looking at him, and it was a real situation. And I don't really have a dream project, but I think everyone is a little challenge in itself and a project in itself, and that keeps me going. That's why you keep shooting it on and on and on with the next person and the next person, because no two people are the same, and it's enjoyable that way. Yeah, I mean, my advice to people that want to photograph celebrities or work celebrities is I think you need to find out more about them, you need to do your research. Plus, I think it's important also not to overly respect them, meaning like do anything they say. I mean, you have to have some control in the end. So you're creating your own photograph and not just a photograph they're dictating. So that advice I can tell everyone, because it's psychological. I mean, if you're you make yourself below them, you talk below their level, they are going to take advantage of it. It's just natural. So if you talk on the same level, where you give them respect, but at the same time they also know that you have a point of view and you have your ideas. I think that's important, and they respect that too. If not, you're just shooting whatever they want, or shooting whatever they give you, or whatever pose they give you, or whatever look they give you, or whatever character they give you. So I think it's very important to still be in charge, but you can be nice about it. So you get your photograph that you have in the back of your head, and not just rely on them to just do whatever you want and post, and I'll just take the picture. So yeah, that's one advice I tell people.